Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by Thabiki. I don't know what happened to swing. Maybe you question now, why G, why I cannot top it. Pele answer a little. Kutle pina entsha e binwa ke mapakania ba ba qhazele ambari king i-chiefs angenanga ku-top 8. Did you see that go TikTok?
Did you agree? I heard those songs.
I-chiefs angenanga ku-top 8. I'm telling you. But no, it's for the second year whereby Chiefs doesn't qualify for the top 8. And it might be a song and Mapagania rejoicing, but without Chiefs, that ura is not there, the oomph is not there. But I see, although we haven't received any official introduction of players being bought, but apparently Chiefs has been busy buying some players, and then they are releasing others. But what I've seen, they also released the Disky Challenge players. So I don't know whether it's a good idea. One is being eyed by Nkosi, by Team Sugazi. I don't know what Team Sugazi does, and when they arrive there by him, hey, they become something else. And then next time they want to buy them. So yeah, let's wish Kaiser Chiefs will do well going forward because you need Kaiser Chiefs. Otherwise, bosarambatla babla kilifula pelo. For sure, but Chiefs, I good 80. How do not? Good. Let's talk. We have UEFA Champions League tonight, and then we have Mamelodi Sundowns tomorrow, and then CAF Champions League. But what is very interesting that I want us to start about and talk about, I want you to analyze Hugo Bros because apparently he went to Mamelodi Sundowns training, and then he said the coach was like panicking when he saw him, and then he said, "No, don't worry, I'm not going to take any player from you for the squad. I understand that you are preparing for the club World Cup, so we need to respect that and give you space." That was good, very very good gesture as far as I'm concerned. I know people are not happy about the way he select players, Hugo Bros, especially when he left some players that people like. But you know what? This guy has proven that he's spot on. He's right. He's winning. All right. Sometimes it's difficult. How do you criticize him when he's winning? He's winning. He selected Mahopa. We're all complaining, but now I saw why is he selecting Mahopa. Mahopa is a hard worker. He's putting pressure, his height and all that. So what's your take about that statement that you know what? In fact, if you are to analyze Hugo Bros a little bit, what would you say? Thabiki?
For me, good morning to the viewers, good morning to yourself, Mr. Shabalala. For me, I respect Hugo Bros for his work and his honest, straight talking, and he talks and he stands his ground on what he said, So even when he said he's not going to select Chiefs players, he said that for a reason. You can see that their team is struggling and stuff. So it does also must work on the Kaizer Chiefs side to prove themselves before they can get to the Bafana team. So for me, I think he knows what he's doing. Even when he selects players, he selects them based on what he saw the player can produce for. So let's respect him for his
I don't know. Your line is hot and cold. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to move around sounded better. Well, how about now? I'm fine on it.
No, it's still cutting, it's still breaking. I don't know what's happening. All right, I understand. Or maybe while you're still positioning yourself. So we will look forward and see what's going to happen. As I say, Hugo Bros, that is his statement. It's difficult when a person is doing a good job, is winning. It's difficult to criticize him. Remember, we are all coaches. Even some of us who are not qualified. We are all coaches. We all know what we want to say. And then, but at the end of the day, only one person fall to the sword. So maybe he does what he believes will be a solution. Now, Thabiki, Champions League tonight. Although I still want to talk Mamelodi Sundowns. And then I heard that the coach, no, I think it's Floppy. Floppy said they want to go to the World Club, to the Club World Cup, being champions of Africa. And that would be very, very nice. Although I'm a little bit worried because we are trailing. We are trailing. It's 1-1, but those guys, they have an advantage of having scored away from home. The only win is for us to win 1-0 or play or win 2-1. Even if we won 2-1 that side, then we have won the game. Or if we win 2-0, that would be a bonus. 1-0 will be enough. And then knowing Cardoso, the way he plays, I don't know whether he will gun for 1-0. But let's go to Champions League, the UEFA Champions League. I don't know what you would say, Thabiki. I think this would be like a blessing in disguise for what's the name? It would be a blessing in disguise for the team PSG. Remember, PSG have been trying. At some point, they had the trio, fearful trio, Neymar, Lionel Messi, and Mbappe, but they could not win. And then now, without Mbappe, without Messi, without Neymar, they're in the final of the Champions League. And then the chances are they may win it. And they're playing Inter Milan. So what's your take? Or what do you think? Who do you think we will win this one, according to you?
For me, this one is going to be because both teams are very strong. I watched them in the semi-finals. I watched Inter Milan versus Barcelona, and I also watched what you call PSG versus Arsenal. I thought maybe the final was going to be between Barcelona and Arsenal because they were strong from the group stages or from that league phase when they began. So you can see where Arsenal finished, where Barcelona finished, PSG and Inter Milan finished on the bottom, like under them. So I thought maybe Arsenal, since Arsenal also beat Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, so I thought maybe Barcelona beat Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. So I thought maybe since they beat those strong teams, of which they are always in the semi-final, one of them is always in the final, which is Real Madrid. I thought maybe Arsenal and Barcelona will get there, but Inter Milan surprised me by beating, what you call Barcelona. And again, so PSG also dominated Arsenal. And I must they dominated in the semi-final in both leagues actually. So Arsenal didn't have an answer for PSG on both leagues. So for me, I think it's a 50-50 chance for both teams, but I'm rooting for Inter Milan to take it. For me, it's been a long time since an our Italian team has won UEFA Champions League. But on the other side, also PSG have been wanting this trophy for the longest time, if I can remember. That's why they've been buying quality after quality, and it's not just small players with quality. It's big players. You can see also how they also dominated Arsenal in both leagues of the semi-finals. So for me, it's going to be a very, very interesting game today to watch them. But however, I think it's going to go to the penalties at the end of the day.
You think it will go to the penalties?
Thank you.
Do you think it will go to the
Yeah. For
penalties?
me, it goes down to penalties. Yeah, because I rate them at the same level, how they both played, and I check out the players. For me, I think it will go down to the penalties.
But remember, Inter has a player like Lurata Martinez, who I think is really motivated, looking at the fact that he has won the World Cup, and then he has been doing well in Italy as a player himself. He has won Copa America. I'm sure he'll want to prove a point that, look, I'm a player to be reckoned with. And then, once you win, you become convinced and motivated that, you know what, I'm a serial winner. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking that they may motivate them to go all out and try to win this one. And remember, they are also underestimated. A team that is underrated, sometimes you need to be very careful because you undermine them at your own peril. But on the other hand, I'm sure PSG is hungrier. Is hungrier. The boss of PSG, has always been his dream to win the Champions League. I'm sure maybe he has offered the players something to say, guys, if you win this one, I failed to win this one with the big names. Now I'm having you guys. You must prove a point that it's not about the big names. And then, and again, what does it say to Mbappe? And when he left, and then here they are. The chances are they may go to win the Champions League. He went to Madrid. Madrid missed out in the Champions League. If you're Mbappe, do you think you'd start evaluating and ask yourself what's happening? I've lost the World Cup after playing so much. It has never happened. I think he was the second player in the history of the World Cup to score hat trick, but he lost. Scored hat trick, but he was on the losing side. So, if you're in Mbappe's shoes, what would this mean to you?
If I was Mbappe, I think let me just speak from my point of view. I think it's a bit of luck, actually. Look, he leaves PSG maybe goes on to win the Champions League. I think I'd call it a bit of a bad luck for him. Also, after scoring a hat trick in the World Cup, not winning it, it's another thing. So let's not look at it like maybe in a way that he made a bad decision or something. I really don't look at it in that direction. But I think it's a bit of luck. He has to work harder in the Real Madrid team to win the Champions League. But I think in a season or two, they will win it because they have a very strong team on the other side. Let's not look at it and say maybe he made a bad decision by going to Real Madrid. No, I don't think so. I think he's is a team.
But don't you think? Yeah. Your line, I think, is failing you. I don't know what's happening, but it's really, really failing you. Yeah, it's really failing you. I don't know what's happening. So let's move on. Now, no, for me, I think he must take a leap from Messi. Remember, Messi missed World Cup how many times? How many? Until he came to a point to say, you know what, I'm retiring. I'm retiring. So if he can console himself and say, you know what, it happened to Messi, and Messi's the best, and then you know what, my turn will come. My turn will come. So because Mbappe hasn't won the Champions League, I think that's one of the titles that he wants. If you win the Champions League, you are celebrated that, hey, you have won the Champions League. He has won the World Cup. You see those kind of things. So yeah, let's move on. I want also to say, I don't know whether you have noticed that Akane Simbene did well in the race, and then he beat what you call Usain Bolt record. Here is the score here. He did 9.95, hey, these people can run, man. And these are seconds, it's not minutes. You know what? So 100 meters. So this is very, very exciting. He's maturing like an oil machine or a wine. The older he becomes, the more he hits it. And now beating the people from the US is not child's play. So big up, champ. Go all the way. And Thabiki, remember the under 20 they've qualified for the World Cup? And then this is the group that they are going to find themselves in. They'll be playing against United States. They'll be playing against Caledonia, New Caledonia, and France. So this is a very tough group. Very tough group. But looking at Amachita, I think Amachita are doing well. Yomfundo and all other players. What's your take about Amachita?
Uh, yes, I'm here. For me, I think this is a fairly group for them. They have to beat either United States or New Caledonia, and maybe draw with France, because France, I know they'll probably be the stronger team in the group. To try and qualify, maybe get 4 points or maybe 5. I think they will make it through to the next stage. So for me, it's fairly for them. So
yeah. No, I don't know what's happening. Your line is really failing you. So I don't know what's happening. Now, before we move further, let me just share something quickly. I want to share that the Mamelodi Sundowns legions are already there. The supporters, as you can see here, when they arrive in Cairo, they displayed this banner. So which says that Gabrielo is there. Gabrielo is there. So we are going to see the best out of it. I wish they win this one. I wish they win this one, Gabrielo, and then it would be very, very exciting for them to win this one. You know what? And then now, I know there was a debate whether he has to start with Mshishi or he start Mshishi in the bench, on the bench, because remember Mshishi has not been playing for a while, and he got a very backlash from number of people to say, how do you play without Mshishi? And we know that Mshishi is giving the North African players a hard time. And then one of our own, Mshege, was on his case to say, I did not understand how he did not play Mshishi. But now this also creates pressure on Mshishi now. What's your take? Do you think he has to start with Mshishi, or he has to start Mshishi from the bench? Mshishi must come in from the bench.
I think for me, I'd start Mshishi. I'd give him the whole game. It's a final. Why don't you just put him there and then play? He must play all the game. Must play the whole game to try and win this trophy for Mamelodi Sundowns again. So for me, why save him? Because he's at the twilight of his career. He's 36 or 38, if I'm not mistaken. So why not play Mshishi? Give him the whole game. Give him the whole game.
But as I'm saying, I don't know. I'm not a physician. They say if you're in injury, you're not playing, your body reacts slowly. So maybe that could be a downfall to start with Mshishi. Maybe you need to start with Mshishi on the bench and bring him later on. So I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. If he takes a decision here, whether he starts with Mshishi or he doesn't start with Mshishi, it's going to be very, very difficult. I don't know. You say you prefer that he should start with him right from the beginning. Hey, it's a very tough one. It's a decision.
Yeah.
It's a decision that
even for me, if it was me, I'd start him in the first half. I'd give him the second half. Whether Sundowns is winning or losing, I'd probably put Mshishi in, give him the whole 45 minutes. If we go to extra time, let us go to extra time with Mshishi. For 2 minutes, engineer chaser. So let's just give him maybe 45 minutes actually, but not the first one. Give him the second one, maybe where he could try and win the game for Mamelodi Sundowns.
But on the other hand, remember they're still going to the Club World Cup. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea because they're still going to the Club World Cup. Don't start with him. Bring him in the second half. You'll have 45 minutes, like you say, if they go to extra time, and then Mshishi will be there. And if they go to Club World Cup, and he should start using him because that's another thing that I saw. He was not using him because we thought Mshishi, after coming from a long injury, you would use him. But I yet at some point he said, no, 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 no. I think they went to a game. He said, no, no. The pitch wasn't well, and they were worried that if they play Mshishi, when the pitch wasn't well, that could be a problem. What's your take about that?
I think the coach also had his own plans with Mshishi. He was trying to save him actually, but he didn't get the chance to use him in that other in the first leg. So sometimes games, as Mshega said, that games differ for players. So you cannot use any player that you want in certain games. So I think that was the case actually in Cardoso's play. So let's not judge Cardoso, but even if we are harsh, we wanted to see Mshishi because I also watched the game. I could see that the coach sometimes wanted to put Mshishi, but he was thinking twice, because he was also looking at the second leg of this tournament. So of the final. So let's just give him a chance. Maybe he'll come back this game and then use Mshishi maybe in the second half or first half. But it's something that we'll have to see tomorrow.
I saw this lineup, and on Tuesday I shared this lineup. Renas together with Shaulile, Ribeiro, and then Allende, and Zwane, which is Mshishi, Mukwena, Lunga, Dibusa, and then Kekana, and Mudau, and then Williams. What's your take about this?
I like this lineup. However, the debate will still be on Mshishi there on the left-hand side. The lineup at the back is fine. The goalkeeper is fine. There in the center there. It's the Mukwena who will dictate play. Who will dictate much to actually protect the defenders at the back. So for me, the argument is still with what you call Mshishi there on whether he should start or not. We can put Matthews there in the first half and then come back with Zwane in the second half.
I would bring, instead of Matthews, I would bring Capello Morena. Because of his pace.
Wow.
Because of his pace.
Yes.
One. And the Tapello's his experience. He has been with Mamelodi Sundowns. He has played now in Africa. And now if you have Tapello, I know they play one side together with Mdao. If you have both of them, putting pressure on them. Or the other thing of doing it, I would start with Mshishi. All right? 45 minutes. I will start with Mshishi, and then just like this. Then later on, when they are tired, I bring Morena. All right?
Or in the other way, you can just pull out Lunga and then put in Morena there, and then just leave Mshishi upwards. I think Mshishi will have less pressure playing there. Because Morena is also a player like Mudawi. He makes up and downs, and then his engine is also big. So yeah.
I think Sundowns have a lot of weapons. There's still Mudiba. Remember Mudiba? Mudiba is also one of the brilliant players from the left-hand side. There's also Maema. There's also Adams. They've got a lot of power. And the other thing that I like about Mamelodi Sundowns, they're buying players. I don't know if you've noticed. So they're buying players again.
Yes, so let's stop blaming Cardoso. I mean, he's got everything there on the table, all the cheese there on the table. So he does not know which one to use or which one to eat. So let's just forgive him.
Thabiki, let's move on to the next item. Remember, we are a financial company, and then we are there to assist in terms of finance. Education is one of the key elements that we are, emphasizing on. So we educate people. And how do you educate yourself? By reading books and then learn. That's how I did. Because once you have learned from others, then you can be able to conduct yourself or going forward. It's tough out there. It's tough. Everybody doesn't. Uh, Most of the people don't have money, so it's not like you know. It's not like when you don't have money, it's you. It's a question of if you don't have it, how do you behave? All right? Because your response is the one that is going to give a solution. Because if you don't respond correctly, and that's when now you may start having issues. So your response in dealing with issues will be very, very important. Now, the first book that I want to share is this one, How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. Because as you um, do things. You must use other people's money to get rich. You don't use your money. The easiest other people's money is the bank money, or investors. Go for investors and so on. All right, to ask for equity. Very, very important. So that book will teach you that. And then the other one that can be of assistance is this one: How I Turn 500 Rand into a million Rand Business. And I'm definitely certain that you can also do the same. Anyone can do it, Thabiki. You can do it. Read and see how it happened. I learned from others, and then I just followed those steps because is no one is more brilliant than any other one. And what I like about business, you can simply copy, you know, and from others and do it. And then here's another one written by a very well-renowned um, economist. The lady worked for Reserve Bank 33 years as advisor to governors of the Reserve Bank, Dr. Darlene Small, The Art of the Money, How to Win the Wealth Game. So all those books, you'll get them from us. And here's another one by a very good friend of mine, Nomsa Masbugo. It's called Entrepreneur, Awakening with the Drive. This lady runs a number of business, and one of them, which she's passionate about it, is a guest house. And then she's got about more than 100 rooms. And she liked cooking Nomsa, so it was a very good choice to go there. Because if you're with Nomsa, o tla bo none Thabiso, how do Nomsa, because she always want to give people to eat. Then the first one that I wrote is this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich. This is the second edition. There's also the first edition. So Thabiki, thank you so much for your time. I know it's difficult for you to take time, wake up and prepare yourself and do the show. And then we're a little bit late today. There were some inconveniences, but we'll overcome. So we want to request people out there, please subscribe and like and comment and tell us where we need to improve. Remember, you are serving as mirrors. And then as you tell us that this is where I want you guys to improve, then it will help us to go to another level. And then thank you so much for coming. Just bid the viewers farewell, Thabiki.
Thank you very much for watching the show, and then looking forward to a great show of two finals. And then have a lovely day to yourself and then the viewers too. Thank you very much.
But before you go, let's start with the predictions, Thabiki. What is the prediction for both games?
Honestly speaking, this weekend I think AC Milan will be the champions. Pyramids will be the champions. Thank you.
PSG Diamani Usatrol Lalikashino Dae. Ipela Raimanu what do you mean? Eh? Eh?
Mthakwelele re ke mang ona ya PSG o sa
Yeah.
tlolla nyana
Are you
tshwantse o
sure?
lose pele before we win. You must lose it first before you win it.
Now, how are PSG? Usatrol Las Boko Mola PSG, but family. Okay, Ariel, predict the score.
Uh, eish, I don't know, it's so 3-2 to AC Milan.
3-2.
Yeah. I mean to Inter Milan, I'm sorry, to Inter Milan.
On the score sheet, who's that? Lurato Martinez?
Yeah, Martinez will be there. The others, yeah, Baba Mba, it could be anyone from Inter Milan because hey, Lebona, ngare badlala bajelenyana phekonyana something yana na ntho ba ijang yana le bona man. To ba abafeli engines tsa bona di phela di futhumetse one way. No, so
So
yeah.
you're saying 3-2. You're saying 3-2.
Yes.
Okay. Now Sundowns and Pyramids. What's your take? Sundowns and Pyramid. Oh, it's failing you.
No.
I know it's failing you. It's failing you. Okay, if you ask me who's gonna win between Sundowns and Pyramid, you know, this one is going to be a tactical game. It's going to be very boring because Pyramid will be eager to score and Sundowns will be eager to score. Maybe that can make it exciting because I see Sundowns wanting to attack, but they'll also be worried. Ngasemva ukuthi bavala kanjani. And I've noticed ukuthi this team ithanda ama-long ball and high balls. Do you understand? And Sundowns, they were found wanting in dealing with high balls and long balls. So the score is going to be 1-0. 1-0, 1-0 or 0-0. And if it's 0-0, we lose. Okay? If it's 0-0, we lose. Or preferably we should win 1-0. But if we play 1-1, then it's extra time. So it's either we win 1-0 or we win 2-1. Then we play 2-2 or 3-3 with them. No. If we win 2-1, then it will be 2-2, but we'll win with an away rule. So let's watch the space. Kabuyelo, I wish you good luck. And then I want you guys to represent us in the Club World Cup very well. Can you imagine going to the Club World Cup being the champions? Everybody will be motivated. Kabuyelo. Hi, everyone. I'm sure you are already in the year 2025. And then you're asking yourself, what are you going to do? Some of you have been working for many years, and then now you're contemplating of either resigning or going on retirement. And it looks scary. You're not sure what are you going to do, how are you going to survive, you're worried about your pension, and so on and so on. Especially if you're a GPF member at the age of 55 and above, and you are in those situations. You are thinking, what's going to happen? Remember, the most important thing, you need to think about how can you save the little that you have in terms of how do you avoid penalties? Because when you retire earlier than 60, you'll be penalized. How can you avoid that? Not to be penalized, not even a cent. You also want to make sure that you maximize in terms of the taxation. But get me right, tax applies to everyone. But you want to make sure that you are tax as little as you can. And you want to do all those things. You need somebody who's skilled, somebody who's trained to deal with finance, because tax avoidance is allowed. Because when you avoid tax, you use the tax law. Now, if you want to do that, to make sure that you save as much as you can, don't hesitate. Contact us, TBR Solution, or the bigger financial services, an authorized financial service provider. And then just say, please, I want you to assist me. I want to go out. So come and share knowledge with me. Now, no obligation. You don't have to make any obligation. Just listen to the facts. After listening to the facts, make a decision. Can listen to us, can listen to others, then so that you're exposed to various information, so that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision. Now, my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR Solution. Here, I'm representing the BigR Financial Services, an authorized financial service provider. If you want to know how to get hold of us, just look at the WhatsApp number, drop us your contact via WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.